the prayer, correct?
Yep.
All rise. Commissioner Notstein?
Lord, please make sure that all children are safe at all times. Send your angels to wrap the abused children in their wings and bring good people into their lives to alleviate their pain and suffering. Keep lies and fear out of the minds of these children. Fill their minds with the knowledge that they are precious gifts from you and the hope for a better future. Guide their steps daily so that they will always be in your perfect will. In Jesus' name, amen. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Morning, everyone.
These proceedings are being recorded for the sole purpose of preparing accurate written minutes. Recordings are overwritten following approval of the minutes, eliminating all unofficial records of these proceedings. Your first item is the approval of the minutes held August 15th, 2024.
Motion approved.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes? Are there any guests here concerning county business? Hearing none, we'll move forward.
Report of executive sessions held.
There was one held on Wednesday, August 21st at 8:30 a.m., and it was to discuss personnel.
The next item is the budget transfers.
Motion approved.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes?
There are no supplemental appropriations. Expenditures, approval of check numbers 245544 through 245668 for expenditures of the general fund clearing account totaling $2,808,172.55.
Motion approved.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes?
The treasurer's report.
Motion to approve as presented.
Second.
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes. Okay, we will recess the commissioners' meeting and convene the salary board. Are there any guests here concerning salary board business? Hearing none, we'll move on.
Report of executive sessions held.
There were none.
Planning and Development. Change the rate of one open space coordinator from $18.93 per hour, grade 8, step A, to $20.39 per hour, grade 8, step D, effective August 26, 2024.
Motion to change the rate?
Second?
Mrs. Harmon.
Yes.
Mr. Honor.
Yes.
Mr. Notstein.
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco.
Yes.
Court Administration, change the rate of one administrative assistant from $16.76 per hour, grade 5, step B, to $16.35 per hour, grade 5, step A, effective August 26, 2024.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mrs. Harmon,
Yes.
Mr. Honor,
Yes.
Mr. Notstein,
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco.
Yes. Okay, we will adjourn the salary board meeting and move back to the commissioners' meeting. Personnel report.
First item is the personnel report for county departments.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Mr. Honor,
Yes.
Mr. Notstein,
After how many years?
Mr. Notstein,
Mrs. Notes.
Mr. Notstein, Mr. Sifranco.
Yes, I just would like to make one comment. On the personnel report, you will note that there is the hiring of the open space coordinator, Anna Shigo. Anna is with us today. She is sitting back there with Dave. As we get to the end of the meeting, I'm sure that the news media would like to ask some questions. So we'd like to welcome Anna here and congratulate you on your new position. But we'll wait till the end of the meeting if that's okay for questions and answers. Unless you have anything to add right now, Anna?
Just thank you guys.
You're welcome. With that,
Okay.
yes.
Next item is the acknowledgements for courts and row offices.
Motion acknowledged.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Correspondence was received as listed. Copies will be made available to the press upon request. Children and Youth for approval and execution, the fiscal year 2024-2025 purchase of service agreement with George Junior Republic in Pennsylvania of Pine Grove City, PA, with the rates as per attached.
Motion approved and execute?
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Communications for approval and execution, a full-service maintenance agreement with Prinostat Incorporated of York, Pennsylvania, to extend the warranty on the recently purchased Communications 911 Design Jet printer for an additional 1-year term at a cost of $869.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
In lieu of taxes for approval, the distribution of $20,357.59 from the city of Bethlehem to school districts and townships representing payment in lieu of taxes for 2024 on property owned by the Bethlehem Water Authority as listed.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Planning and Development for approval and execution, the project activity completion extension request to the Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development, requesting the second extension of the completion date for the CDBG project Wasteport Borough Water Sewer Improvements, fiscal year 2019-2021, Forge and White Street, fiscal year 2019. This is contract number 73823. The date change requested is September 30th, 2024 to April 30th, 2025.
Motion to approve.
Second?
Mr. Honor?
Yes.
Mr. Notstein?
Yes.
Mr. Sifranco?
Yes.
Any further business?
Bob, you get a day off?
Yeah, I could have slept in today.
I had
Okay.
nothing.
Nothing? Commissioners' reports? Mr.
The
Honor?
the only thing I have, we finally have an open space coordinator. Thank you, that's the end of my report.
Mr. Notstein?
Welcome aboard. We're looking forward to get the project or the program in, get it started. I know the Open Space Board has been frustrated. It took a long time. We think we have the best person that applied, and I'm sure she'll do good. But now we can move forward finally in getting these programs out there to the public for open space.
Mr. Sifranco?
Echoing the same things, I would like to welcome Anna aboard. Thank you, and also thank you to the Open Space Advisory Board themselves for being patient as we got through this process, because obviously we had to get a lot of things taken care of in January to get where we are now. So thank you for your patience, and now it's great to say that we're going to be moving forward. And the other thing I have is completely away from this, because I always like to announce these. Up in Weatherly this weekend, the Weatherly Borough has their community festival. It's very beneficial. There's a lot of nonprofits up there, so if anyone gets a chance, stop up in Weatherly and visit the festival. That's all I have. Anything else? Meeting adjourned. See how quick that was? The interview process only went that fast, right? Well, due to the fact that Amy had last week off, we're gonna let her go first this week. So,
Good morning.
good morning.
Morning.
Is there any update on Mock Chunk Lake with the swimming being closed?
They're waiting for tests to come back. I was actually just out at the lake. They're waiting for their follow-up tests to come back, and then once, we know those results, then hopefully swimming will resume.
Thank you. And then the rest is just for, Ms. Shido.
Okay?
Would you like me to do them now, or would you like, up to you?
It's up, how about we do it afterward, then you can sit and chat for a while. Are you okay with that? All right, very good. Unless you had some questions about the commissioners for that, because that, okay, all right.
I would like to talk about the open space with you guys. What is the status with all of that right now? How is the program moving along?
I guess where we're at, we were waiting for a coordinator. And our next step is we're gonna go over, the guidelines. And that way she can look at them and, be part of the guidelines, developing them. And what's gonna wind up happening, I mean, David's is her direct supervisor. But we have that MOU with Northampton, and what we're looking to is, I think they have like 5 people down there that are in their office. So what we're gonna do is send her down there maybe once a week to shadow one of them every week for maybe like for the next 5 weeks. And then it's pretty much, she's gonna be running on her own from there. But they have open dialogue with them, she'll have an open dialogue with them down there. She can call any one of them 5 people anytime with questions. And there's a lot that David knows that's with our farmland preservation that's similar to this. So I think we have a very good start on this. But I don't think we wanna rush her into it because it's a new position for the county. And we wanna do it right when it starts. So I think a lot of the grants, I think some of them, like the matching grants, open up in January. So we're hoping like with the next couple weeks that we can get her settled in and get moving on everything. And like he said, the open space board has been very cooperative. They're anxious to get going. And hopefully, like I said, within 5 weeks, we should be able to get pretty strong going.
Well, and I know the committee has already done a lot of like work prep for this. Are there any particular grants that they already have that they want to go after?
I think there's like 2 of them they're looking at, but it has to do what type of land we're getting, right, David? It's like more or less which grant will fit the type of, what land we're after. It's hard to say, and I think that's gonna be from like the DCNR, is probably gonna give a lot of grants on their end.
Okay, and can you guys just kind of reiterate what's going on with the open space committee, like why they were formed because of the ballot question?
Well, there was a ballot question, obviously, and you're looking at a $10 million investment that the taxpayers of Carbon County and the voters voted referendum by over, what was it, 85, 89%, I think, agreed to that. So you're looking at a substantial investment that's gonna be made there. That transpired into what you have an advisory committee, I'm not gonna redo, because but you had an advisory committee which has come up, and now they presented the guidelines from that advisory committee, which came to the commissioners. The commissioners then took that under advisement along with our solicitor, and we had some questions, and then we thought, okay, we'll get some outside eyes to take a look at this also. And that's where Northampton, as Commissioner Arner has said, got involved. And then, Commissioner Osstein and I had some questions and we all got it all together, and we seem to have worked all that out. And then that's when we moved to getting Anna brought on here as the space. And the reason it's been a slow process is we had to take care of some things in the budget back in January. You may remember we actually added that position. It wasn't originally there. So we need to have that added. And then obviously we had to get a job description and all of that, and then post it and advertise it. That's kind of what was a long drawn out. And now we felt before we approved any of those guidelines, would it be best to sit down with the person who's gonna have to follow those guidelines and have them on board before, in case they would have some questions, and bring them up to speed. So that's kind of where we are with that. I know it's been a process, here we are 8 months into the year and we're finally accomplishing that. But anybody who knows how government is,
It's gonna be very challenging, and we stressed that in the job interviews, that it's gonna be a delicate balance of open space, preserving our natural beauty, as well as growth. And we certainly wanna preserve both. We want growth. Our tax base has been stagnant for many years. We look forward to growth, but at the same time, that balance is going to be creating those open spaces, preserving the farms, the forest land, the scenic gorge, et cetera. So it's, there's gonna people that are, gonna be pushing from both sides. The person's gonna, open space advisory board of commissioners and our new hiree here will be in a position, you're gonna get some push from both sides. We want this here, we don't want that, but In the same token, you know, the businesses, we, developments, businesses, we gotta keep that delicate balance and decide which is best for the overall county, growth.
And I think to kind of wing off of that is, I think that's part of why Anna was very attractive to the commissioners. Because one thing that does need to, and Wayne touched on that as a Rocky, is you're looking at $10 million. Taxpayers agreed that they're gonna pay that $10 million, which I'm not gonna lie to you, put it up front, that means there's gonna be a tax. We could spend $1 million, we could spend $2 million every so often, or we could spend the whole $10 million. Now, why does Anna become attractive? One is because she's young, she's born and raised in Carbon County, she's been educated in Carbon County, her family has roots in Carbon County. So if there's anyone that would understand those pressures, we're hoping that's gonna be a person from Carbon County. We also, and that doesn't rule anybody else, but that's what makes a candidate attractive. The other thing is when we have youth wanting to come back to Carbon County and invest, you know, we're kind of like, you often hear that the youth doesn't care to be here. Well, here you have one of the youth that are very active, want to be out. Everyone says how many great outside activities are and want to invest in it. Well, then why not turn to the youth and get some advice on that end there too? And that's kind of how the commissioners looked at it. And that's why Anna, you know, very well educated, knows what's going on and will give us that perspective that we all are probably missing.
And last thing about this, can you kind of just mention why you guys decided to create that position and hire somebody?
Well, I think a lot of it is the staffing issue. They are busy in that office, and this is taking on another large project. $10 million isn't gonna be spent in 1 year. You know, it's gonna take, well, see how things go. We can't spend $10 million just like that, and maybe select 1 or 2 programs or projects for the first year and see how things go and go from there. But I think it's mostly, in my opinion, and why I supported it, was that it's gonna be time consuming, and the staff, we need somebody just dedicated to doing that most of the time.
And then unrelated, I saw that Kathy Henderson with the Carbon Chamber is retiring. I was wondering if you guys had any comments about her time serving the community.
I would just say that we thank her for her years of dedicated service, and we appreciate all that she's done in both roles, because, you know, she over the years obviously moved up, and we wish her the best in her retirement and enjoy it. She is very well deserved, and she will be missed. Anything else?
Those positions were already filled as well by the executive board, the chamber. So, and Lehigh Valley Chamber, who they fall under. So we have not new people that have been around. One's a resident of Palmerton. I forget where the other girl's from, but they have been with the Lehigh Valley Chamber and Carbon Chamber for some time. So it's not like we're getting inexperienced people in the county chamber. So.
Do you think like they'll be up to the task, because she has like very big shoes to fill? She's done a lot for the community.
Yes, I do. Yeah, I think so. And I think the hiree we had in the economic development side, replaced Kathy when she moved up. She's been doing a good job and applying for grants and things. So she's already had a lot of the contacts. She was a previous member of the NEPA, Northeast Pennsylvania Alliance Board, you know, for economic development. That she's been, very good background in how it works, and coming from another county in the planning office. So she's doing a good job. I talked to some of the board of directors last week, and they were very happy with what's going on in economic development. So she's doing good.
Thank you, that's all I have.
Anything further? Well, then that concludes the meeting. Thank you all. Enjoy your weekend.